So today we'll discuss one of the important topic of CSIR NET syllabus as well as different competitive exam, that is Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg law. And a Hardy-Weinberg law, actually, it's a evolution. In most of the cases, population genetics study, it's important for calculating allele frequency, genotype frequency, and basically Hardy and Weinberg both scientists have discovered these two scientists have discovered this law, and they are basically was a mathematicians. So first, see what's the significance of Hardy-Weinberg law. Hardy-Weinberg law actually helps in calculation of genotype frequency, allele frequency, and from that allele frequency calculation, we are able to solve different genetic diseases, study different genetic disease, either in a suppose in a population have a thousands of individuals, right? And thousands of individuals, among them have what's the suppose is a gene. Suppose the gene is MTHFR, MTHFR, that is methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase. MTHFR genes, and its genes are basically known for folate metabolism. Suppose is a locus C677T. So here CT is possible, CTT condition is possible, and CC condition is possible. So these three conditions, from that in a population we can calculate the alleles of the particular alleles of frequency and the genotype frequency, and from that we can calculate or we can predict the susceptibility for a disease, right? And what's the chance of the disease, either disease is linked with that allele or not, right? For that reasons, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg principle is very, very important, and it's have a practical application in medical genetics as well as in population genetic study. And say, so let's start about Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. What's actually Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg principles? So Hardy-Weinberg principles, actually, in an infinitely large randomly mating population which is free from mutation, migration, and natural selection, allele frequency remains same from one generation to the next generation. So suppose here allele frequency, what do you mean by allele frequency? Allele frequency, actually the proportions of a particular allele. We know that every gene, suppose is a gene is every genes have, it's a, this is a chromosome, and every chromosomes have particular alleles. It's a every genes in every gene, sorry, every genes have consist of two alleles, like capital T and small t for tallness. Now here say we will calculate the allele frequency at a given locus of a particular population, right? And genotype frequency is the total number of kind of individual from a population of all of which exhibit similar characteristic with respect to the locus in which is known as genotype frequency. Now, what is genotype frequency? Suppose in a population, and suppose in a population have hundreds of individuals. Suppose in a population total have 100 individuals, and there capital A capital A capital A genotype, or it's have a 40. Suppose capital A small a, suppose capital A small a is 30, and small a is also 30. Now here total is 60, 100. Now here genotype frequency, now genotype frequency for capital A, so 40 by 100, that means it will be 0.4. So 0.4 will be the answer for genotype frequency. Now for genotype of heterozygous, these are homozygous dominant condition, homozygous dominant capital A. This is a capital A small a are heterozygous condition, heterozygous, and small a is the homozygous recessive condition. Small is homozygous recessive condition. Now for that genotype, it is a, like in case of 30, the genotype frequency will be 30 by 100, so it's a 0.3. In case of, it's a, for smallest it will also be 0.3. So that is the total number of kind of individual. In that way we will calculate the genotype frequency. Now we will see the calculation of allele frequency also. Now in the next we'll see. Now see that here the principle, what is the actually key assumption of the Hardy-Weinberg principle? The key assumption of the Hardy-Weinberg principles is Hardy-Weinberg principles include certain assumption, and actually without which the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium will fails to apply, because Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium will not be able to applicable if this condition is not fulfilled, right? The conditions are, the population must be infinitely large, means must be many larger population. It should be larger population. Population must be pan-mictic. What do you mean by pan-mictic? Pan-mictic means mating must be random. There should not be any choice mating. Mating must be random, and population must be free from different evolutionary forces. Different evolutionary forces like mutation, migration, and natural selection, genetic drift. There should not be any evolutionary force. If there is no evolutionary force, so there is no evolution, then it will remain in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So this condition must be fulfilled for for Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Right now we'll come to the derivation of the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. How will derive the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium? Now see that, let us consider a hypothetical population in which a particular gene, suppose a gene have two alleles, capital A and small a. Two alleles are there, one is the capital A, another is the small a, and the frequency of the capital A allele is P, and the frequency of small a allele is given Q, right? Now from here you can see that we have considered the two alleles are there, two alleles, capital A for P and a small a Q. Now, if the population is large and pan-mictic, then the diploid genotype of the next generation will be produced by the random union of haploid eggs and sperm. Now, from that we'll get, assume that the probability of producing, now here to see that probability of as we have considered that capital A allele frequency is P, so in capital A condition in a population it will be P square. Now for the heterozygous condition, it's a capital A small a condition, so it will be PQ, and in as it's a in case of both, here you can see that it's a P and it's a Q allele, and here is a one is male and female condition. Now one is sperm and egg from male and female, and then now here you can see that it will be P square, it will be PQ, it will be PQ, and it will be Q square. So we'll get the P square plus 2PQ plus Q square, or P plus Q the whole square. Now according to Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, P plus Q the whole square should be 1. So we'll get at P plus Q equal to 1 from here. And this is the, now if we got a one allele, suppose we got the P allele, and then from suppose P allele frequency will get 0.6, and then from here we can calculate the Q allele frequency also. Q allele frequency will be 0.4, because the both should be P plus Q should be 1. So if you got the one allele, then you can calculate the another alleles, right? So P, if you got P allele or one allele frequency, and another allele frequency will be -1 from, it will be minus from 1, right? Now next we'll see some problem, how to calculate allele frequency, how to calculate genotype frequency, and several problems. Now see that in a population of 100 individuals, in a population of 1000 individuals, 360 belongs to genotype capital A, 480 belongs to capital A, small a, 160 belongs to small a. Based on this, calculate the allele frequency of capital A in the population. You have to calculate the allele frequency, capital A allele frequency. A two allele is given, capital A individuals, 360 individuals belong to capital A capital. Now what you have to do, write that data, whatever the given in the questions, just write the data. So capital A, this is a capital A, it's a 360, right? Now capital A small a condition, it's a 480, is given 480 in the question paper. You can see that here 480. So and small a is the 160. Now you have to calculate from here the frequency of capital A allele and frequency. Only question says capital A allele frequencies. Now how will calculate? Now you are calculating capital A allele frequency. So capital A allele frequency will be 360, whatever the given for capital A condition, homozygous condition, into 2 plus 480. 480 is heterozygous condition. As it is heterozygous condition, that's you have to add one times. It's because it's a capital A also is here. It's a heterozygous condition, but capital A also here. So that's why you have to add the 480 also. Now in 2 into as we are diploid organism, so it's a 2n condition. So that's you have to multiply that. N is the total number. N is the total number of individuals, or total individuals is the n. Total individuals is the n. Now total individuals, actually here you will get the total individual is 100, thousands. Total individual is thousands here. Now it's a 2 into 1000, multiply that. So 720 plus 480, 720 and 480, you will get the 720 plus 480, so 2000 by 2000, so you will get 0.6 from here, right? So in a population, so it will get 0.6. So if you get 0.6 from one allele, from another allele you will able to calculate, because you know that capital A allele and small a allele should be 1. So small a allele, if you got the capital A allele from here, and you can calculate the small a allele. So what will be the small a allele? Small a allele will be 1 minus 0.6, that is 0.4, right? So from that way you can calculate the allele frequency of capital A and for a particular gene, if the number is given, right? Now next problem, we will see that next problem. So it's from next problem. Now see that this is also another problem. This problem, actually this is a problem 2. You can see that question. So question is actually asking for, in a population, homozygous recessive allele frequency is 16%. Homozygous recessive allele frequency is given, right? Question, first read the question. In the population, homozygous recessive allele is 16%, and find out the frequency of alleles of the gene. Now you have to, here you can see that capital smallest homozygous recessive condition. So homozygous recessive condition is given 16%. What do you mean by 16%? 16% means 16 by 100. So 16%, that is, we can, it's a 0.61, right? 0.16, sorry, 0.16. Now according to Hardy-Weinberg principle, we know that q square, because p square is for capital A condition, 2pq is for capital A small a condition, plus q square is the small a condition, right? So q square, here you will get, it's a small a condition. Now here already the allele frequency is given for recessive allele frequency. Now from here you can calculate q is the q square equal to 0.16. So Q equal to root of 0.16, so 0.4. So you also know that P plus Q equal to 1. So from here you can get the P or 0.6. So find out the allele frequency. So one allele frequency. So small allele frequency will be 0.4 and capital allele frequency, A allele frequency will be 0.6, right? So hope you will clear. So next is we'll see the next problem. Next problem, actually the following blood types are obtained from a sample. Among 100 peoples, the genotypes pick data. Capital M is 41, capital M small n, capital N, that is heterozygous condition is 38, and capital N, or you can say that it's a homozygous recessive condition, it's given 21, right? Now from here you have to calculate the allele frequency of capital M and capital M and small n allele, right? Now how you will do that? So first look at the capital M. Capital M allele frequency. You have to calculate the capital M allele frequency. So first, what's the total number? So total is, here is, or N equal to 41 plus 38 plus, this will be 100, right? So capital M allele frequency, it will be 41 into 2 plus 38 by 2 into 100, right? So calculate that one. 41 into 2, 2, 8 plus 38, 82 plus 38 by 200. So it will come 120. So 120 by 200. So from here you will get, so it will be 6, it will be 10, so 0.6. Now this for capital M allele. So from here you can calculate also small n allele frequency. So it's a capital M allele frequency, small n allele frequency, capital N allele frequency, n allele frequency. So you can calculate in two ways. Either you can do that 21 into 2 plus 38 by 200, or you will get here 42 plus 38 by 200. So it will be 80 by 200. So you will get 4 by 10 equal to 0.4. Or these are one way. Another way is there, that is, you know that P plus Q or M plus N allele frequency, you know that M plus N allele frequency equal to 1. So you can minus from here. So you got the M allele frequency 0.6, so N allele frequency will be 0.4. 1 minus 0.6, 1 minus 0.6, so it will get 0.4 from here. So in that way you can calculate from allele frequency. Now come here to genotype frequency. Here question is asking about genotype frequency also. Now these are for allele frequency. Now genotype frequency genotype frequency is there. Here two one possibility is the homozygous dominant, heterozygous condition, and homozygous recessive condition, right? So homozygous dominant, that is capital M genotype. Capital M genotype here is a 41 by 100. Put that one, so you will get 0.41. For capital M capital N allele, it's a 38 by 100, so you'll get 0.38. Now if you put for capital N, you will get 21 by 100, so 0.21. In that way, these are genotype frequency, right? So first is genotype frequency, this one, and this one is the allele frequency. This one is the allele frequency. So in that way, you will able to calculate the allele frequency and genotype frequency of a if the data is given, right? So we'll see that next question. See that this is a question from CSIR NET exam. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium principle state that allele frequency in a populations will remain constant over generation if the certain assumptions are made. Now, here is random mating. We know that Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium says that in an infinitely large randomly mating population which is free from mutation, migration and natural selection, allele frequency remains same from one generation to the another generation, right? Now here you will see that in a randomly mating population, yes, it's a assumption is that randomly mating population should be there. Now small size population, it should be large size, so C is wrong. Now large population size, yes, it should be infinitely large population. Lack of mutation, yes, it should be lack of mutation. Directional selection, there should not be any natural force. Directional selection, any evolutionary force should be there. There should not be natural selection, there should not be any genetic drift operating, there should not be any mutation. So directional selection, it should not be. So C and F, you got that. Now see, another is that mate choice. Mate choice should not be, it should be in random mating, so there should not be any mate choice. So answer is option 4 is the correct answer. Now next we'll see. Now here is another calculative part. Now here you have to, in a frequency M and Mn blood group type in a population of 6,129 individuals as follows. Now from here you have to calculate the L allele frequency, right? So L allele frequency, we have seen that how to calculate L allele frequency. So L allele, what's the given? It should be double because it's a two deploy two conditions. Right here you can see that it's a smaller condition, that means q square, q into q, that's say 30 into 2 plus add the heterozygous condition 3039 by total. What's about the total number is given into 6129. As we are diploid organisms, so we multiply by 2, so it should be 2n. So here n, first write the n is the total number is the, here is 6129. Now ln, so here is the ln allele frequency will be, so it will be, it's coming 37. If you do so, 6 26 plus 3039 by 2 into, it will come 12,258. Now from here you can add 5 6, it will come 5645 by 12,258. So add that, 65, right? Now from here you will get 0.46, right? So correct answer is the 0.46, and another allele frequency will be 0.54. 4, right? 0.539, or m allele, if you calculate lm in that way, you can also calculate 787 into 2 plus 3039 by 2 into 6029. Now from that you will get 0.539, almost equivalent to 0.54. Or you can also, from you, as you know that P plus Q equal to 1, from that you can also calculate, from minusing from 1 minus 0.46, you can do that for Lm allele frequency. Lm allele frequency, you will get 0.54. Now we'll see the next question. Now here is a question is for asking for tetraploid. Now read the question first. So question is asking that fruit color of wild Solanum nigram is controlled by two alleles of a gene capital A small a. Frequency of capital A, that is P, is 0.8 and small a Q equal to 0.2. In a neighboring field, a tetraploid genotype S nigram was found. After critical examination, 5 distinct genotypes were found: capital 4, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, capital A, small a, and capital A, small a. So, and small a, right? So, following Hardy-Weinberg principle, assume the allele frequency as that of the diploid population. The numbers of phenotype calculated within a population of thousands plants are close to one of the following, right? Now, how we'll do that? You have here, you have to apply a formula for tetraploid. The formula for tetraploid, that is P plus Q third whole to the power 4. P plus Q third whole to the power 4, that is P to the power 4 plus 4 P to the power Q, or P to the power 4 P to the power Q plus 6p square q square, 6p square q square plus 4pq plus q to the power 4. This is the formula: p to the power 4, 4p p to the power q, 6p square q square, 4pq q to the power q plus q to the power 4. Now here, say capital A is given. Capital A frequency is say means p to the power 4, right? P to the power 4, or you can say that 0.4, 0.8, because here you can see that the frequency for P allele frequency is given 0.8. So 0.8 to the power 4. So how much will be, it will come 0.4096. It will come if you calculate 0.496. Now here total individuals is given. Total individual is thousands plants are there. So 1000, from 1000 plants, here you can multiply with thousands and you will get 409.409, it will come, right? So from that way you can calculate for capital A, that is P to the power 4. Now you can see that capital A, and small a, these are 4. Now from here, say capital A, small a is the 4 P to the power Q. 4p to the power q means you have given q allele frequency. So put the q allele frequency here, and you have also know that p allele frequency. So first put that p allele frequency. So p allele frequency 0.8 the square, 8 the q, sorry, 0.8 the q into 0.2. Now here you will get 0 point into, now for 1000 individuals, as it is a 1000 is total population is given, so from that here you will get also 0.4 into 0 point, it total it will come same as 0.496 into 1000. So it will come 409. Now you will also calculate the smallest capital A and smallest small a. Capital A, small is the 6p square q square. 6p square q square equal to, it will come 6 into 0.8 the square into 0.2 the square. 0.2 the square. So it will come into 1000. You have to multiply 1000. Now from that you will get 154. In that way, now you will can calculate 4p to the power q, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, you will get 4p to the power q. 4p to the power q means 4 into 0.8 into 0.2 the whole q into 1000. From here you will get 0. It will come 26, and from small a is the q to the power 4 into 1000. Q to the power 4 is 0.2, 0.2 to the power 4 into 1000. Now from 0.4, 0.2 to the power 4, it will come 2, right? So answer is option 1 is the correct answer. So you have to remember for that, here is the only the remember the formula, p to the power 4, p to the power 4 equal to p to the power p plus q whole to the power 4 equal to p to the power 4, 4 p to the power q plus 6p square q square plus 4pq p to the p q plus q to the power 4. From that way you can calculate the allele frequency. Now we'll see the next question. Now in a red hair is a recessive trait in a human. In a randomly mating population in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, approximately 9% of the individuals are red hair. What is the heterozygous frequency? Now it's a recessive condition is given. So recessive conditions means smallest small a condition. So smallest small a condition, allele frequency is given 9%. So you know that 9% means 9 by 100, 9 by 100. So 9 by 100 means 0.09. So you can write that 0.09, right? 0.09 means it will come 0.3 if you, because for step jump is there. So 0.9. So this 0.9 value is for q square. Q square equal to 0.09. So q equal to root of 0.09. That means it will come 0.3. Now, so you know that p plus q allele frequency, or here capital, you can see that capital A and small a allele frequency, or here is small a allele equal to 0.3. So it's 1. So capital A allele equal to 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7. Now here asking about heterozygous condition. Heterozygous, you know that 2 into capital A small a or 2pq. So 2pq or 2 capital A small a. So capital 2 into capital A allele frequency is 0.7, small a allele frequency 0.3. So you can calculate 0.42. 0.42 into total is it's in, we are calculating in 100. So 0.42 into 100. So 42% will be the answer. So answer is the 42%. So in a red hair recessive, it's a, as it is given the recessive condition, right? So you have to calculate the heterozygous frequency. So it will be 42%. Now next in a sample that is in a population where 65 individuals is capital B capital B. So capital B phenotype, that is 65 individuals. Capital B small b, that is heterozygous condition is 30, and small b, that is 15. So if from there you have to calculate the small b allele frequency. So small b allele frequency will be 0.15 into 2 plus 30 by 2 into total. 2 into total is 30. It's a 110. 30, 110. So 30 plus 30 by 110, or you can keep it as a 110. So it will be 60. 6 by 20. So 6 by 20, 22. 6 by 22 means 3 by 11, right? So it will come. So first is, you can see that here. So 35 into 60. 30 plus 30, 60. So 60 into, so 0 point. So if you calculate 0 0.30 means 22. 22. So 80. So 0 0.27. So 0 0.27 will be the answer, right? You can see that 0 0.27. So see that first is 65. 65 plus 35 plus 15, 110. So 110 you got, plus into 2. So just so 0 0.2, 33 into 11. So 22, you got 80. So 77. So 30, you get 0 0.27 is the right answer. So option 2 is the correct answer. Now, in that way, you can calculate the allele frequency and genotype frequency of a particular population. So, these are the way to calculate the allele frequency and genotype frequency. Now, these are why these are important, because from that way you can calculate the allele frequency, and in perspective of disease perspective, in a population genetic study you can predict in a particular population either this is susceptibility for a particular disease, or this allele is linked with that disease or not. Suppose in a particular geographical area there is a prevalence of a particular disease, or it's a disease more. So now you can, from population genetics point of view, you can calculate the allele frequency. First of all, you can take up the DNA from the blood, and take up the blood, and you can analyze by PCR and RFLP method, and from that you can calculate the genotype of the individuals, and then from that genotype you can calculate the allele frequency, and from that allele frequency you can predict whether the genetic disease susceptibility for that particular population is this allele is responsible or not, right? Or this allele is linked to the disease or not. Suppose in a like in case of down syndrome, there is a link with the one of the important allele, that one of the important gene, that is MTHFR. MTHFR, methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase gene is there. From either that, from that way you can calculate the allele frequency. So hope that makes clear. So like, please like, share and subscribe, recommend. Please follow me, share my courses. Thank you.